So we're an award-winning cheesemonger. We're British cheese pioneers. By that I mean, we've been supporting farmhouse cheesemakers around the British Isles for the last 30 odd years. So primarily we're selling artisan British cheese and fine food. The company's called Cheese Plus. That's our wholesale division, and we've been doing that for about 34 years.
GH Display is a bespoke exhibition stand builder, which means we design and manufacture exhibition stands here in Cambridgeshire, and then our team will transport them and install them throughout venues in the UK, Europe and the USA.
So we showed that no one had ever been able to develop a blood test to diagnose strokes, although millions of patients were dying every year. So we started through part of our research, and basically we partner with different universities and hospitals in the UK, and that's how we launched and started Pocket. So what we found is that there are some molecules in your blood that could detect those strokes early on. So by accelerating the diagnosis of those strokes, we could save thousands, if not millions, of lives.
GrowthWorks have helped us in two ways. The first way that they helped us was to give us physical cash in the form of a grant, and we were able to use that for two parts of our business. We developed a brand new website, and the GrowthWorks grant met 50% of the costs of that. And then later on, we were able to invest in a new CNC machine, and again, the GrowthWorks grant helped us with 50% of the costs of that.
Well, the support we got from GrowthWorks was in the form of two grants. One was a revenue grant, which was for IT and to develop our marketing strategy. And the other grant was a capital expenditure grant, and that was for infrastructure. And that was primarily to put in a new large cutting facility in a high care area and put some additional maturing rooms in.
First of all, we had access to one-to-one mentorship that helped us with business strategy. Then on top of that, at that time we were filing and completing our US patent. So GrowthWorks grant covered some of the costs for getting our patent in the US, and actually that patent got granted a few weeks ago.
Our experience during COVID-19 was horrendous. The business fell off the edge of a cliff literally overnight. We went from 100% of revenue down to 1%. That left us with around about £200,000 worth of stock, but no customers. And like a lot of businesses, we had to adapt and become very flexible. We decided to launch an online retail business. We launched Rennet and Rind literally overnight. I think we set the website up in a week, and we started selling into home.
It was upon coming out of the pandemic when we realised that events was going to really start to bounce back. But at that time, we didn't have the cash reserves to invest in something like a new website. And it was the website designer who had come across the grant with another client, and he recommended it.
I needed help. We just didn't have the money to invest in the strategy for growth that we were looking for.
The grant allowed us to reduce mainly the risks of not having our patent granted in the US. US is the biggest market for us, so having a patent until 2040 protecting these biomarkers and this technology will definitely allow us to protect our company versus our competitors.
The investment we got from the GrowthWorks team, that allowed us to develop the USPs so that we're able to mature more cheese in different environments, because each maturing room runs at different temperatures and different humidities. So we can do different things with different types of cheese. It makes us more essential to people that are looking for the absolute best quality artisan cheese in the country.
The grant application process was really easy. I had a very nice lady called Maxine who helped me work through the paperwork and made sure that I answered the questions that we're really looking for, and put a good case for why our business should benefit from the grant. In addition to the grant, we've also had one-to-one business support, and I've used that when recruiting an apprentice, and we do now have our first GH Display apprenticeship programme running.
The wholesale business, which is Cheese Plus, is growing back steadily. As that grows back, we need people in sales and marketing, we need people in operations and finance. As the new business grows, Rennet and Rind, the high care area and the maturing room need people that are interested in maturing cheese, and also people to help cut, pack, wrap and send the boxes out.
So our plans before the grant were to hire 2 people, And after that grant, we have already hired these 2 new members from the team. So it was quite successful.
The element that we used on the website has really helped increase inquiries into our business for new business, and the improvements that we've got in productivity have meant that we can deliver more of that business as well. So we haven't let our existing customers down as we're taking on all this new work.
We've achieved more than £4 million of private and public investment, and this year I've been named Forbes 30 under 30.
It's the best investment you'll get. You know, yes, you've got to put 50% up, but that's your proof, I suppose, to GrowthWorks that you've got a plan in place that is a plan, a strategy, effectively for growth. So you're putting money in, your cash flow's tight anyway, and you're asking to have a grant of somebody else's money in terms of investment. You wouldn't get that type of finance anywhere else. You know, it's effectively the cheapest investment on the marketplace. And if you've got the right plan in place and you're struggling for cash flow and you just need that financial help, it's an absolute no-brainer.